The Out There channel, Robert and Paul.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Action.
Hello everybody. Just getting set up here. It's unscripted again, so we'll just go with the flow. I'll just update the messages here. I still don't know if Robert's doing a show this weekend, so yet to hear back from him. So maybe it's been pushed again. But I've got plenty to do, as you know. Skywatch project is moving along, and more bits we're doing on it, making it better all the time. Okay, so if you want to donate, Super Chat's up and our website's available there. No one out there at the moment. Anyone out there? So today we're just gonna live chat 9 already. Just general UFO vids, catch up and updates. Okay, looks like there's no one out there. They're all sleeping. Let's see if I can get comfy. Also, I just got an email notification, so that means other people would have got it by now. Is that needed? No, that is now. Okay, hopefully no echoes. So first up, updates on the last ones we looked at, because there was lack of information. Maybe more information has come to light. Let's see. Where do we look at? I think it was on third phase, wasn't it? This one here. I'll just pause it at some place. Oh.
Mind-bending rock.
Yeah, where was it? Okay, so this one here. Apparently it's a fireball or meteorite, and these are 2 bits are broken off. It's funny how it's sort of symmetrical, but and God, looks like it's turning. So yeah. So Scott Brando reckons he's found a video where the guy on the same day said he just saw a meteorite pass over Norway. This is why we need to use the flight radar tracking, right, at the time that you record and stuff. Just like what I'm trying to show you on what do you call it? On my Skywatch series. There I have all the apps running, satellites above, planes passing by. So, yeah, if you do it right the first time, it still eliminates lots of things. But I wasn't too happy with Scott's suggestion that it was a firewall, because there's only one witness and it wasn't from an official site. Let's have a look. Normally you have some sort of government organisation report on it. Maybe the link, maybe because it's an old case, is it? The web email things, news things have gone down. They don't keep it up forever on their website. Okay. This one here. Here's one of the videos about a fireball filmed in Alta, Norway on February 10, 2022. So it's this year, so it's pretty current. As usual, some grifters shared this video. Goof on third phase, claiming it was something mysterious, such as an alien spacecraft. Well, Star Wars, they said. So, if you click that link there, I'll just open a new tab. I think this is a video of one guy claiming it's a fireball caught on camera. Not too sure who the guy is, but he says here, I was in Pesca in Norway when suddenly saw this bright light cross in the sky. It was really bright and I could clearly see the tail of the meteorite as it crossed the sky. So it seemed too low in the video though. So that's the same video as on third phase, right? So 1 or 3 has said it's what he saw as an eyewitness has confirmed at least one of them. Is that the one that looks like a helicopter? Let's have a look. So he's showing where he was and where the thing moved. But isn't that on the wrong side of the camera unless it's inverted? If he was standing there, we saw the fireball go from left to right each time. Means you'd have to be standing over this side to see it go past. So it's not from official site by the looks of it. That one goes left to right, doesn't it? And it looked like it was pretty low down. In fact, I don't even see it. Where was it? Must be a few dots, is it? Okay. Oh, there it is. A few dots. Is that the one that looks like a helicopter though? Let's see if I can step it. There we go. See, it doesn't look that particularly high up, does it? Looks like 1,000 feet up where normal helicopters would be flying. Or lower, doesn't it? Actually, it only looks like 300 feet. But fireballs generally skim off the Earth's atmosphere, so that must be massive if that's the case. To look that small. I've never seen one that lasts for a few seconds. They're normally just a big instant flash, right? So I don't know if that's the one that looks like a helicopter. We have to zoom right in, wouldn't we? One looked like it was at traffic light height in their video. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tick the other functions on the mouse then. Hey Jasper, how's it going? I'm out here. Yeah, so we're just going over this last case that we looked at, because there was a vague information. Of course, it's in Norway. We know that now, but I may have missed that on their intro. So is that the same video, or was that one of the second? Was that the second video?
Whatever this object is, we're glad we're having multiple eyewitnesses. Keep watching, guys. We got some incredible stuff on this encounter.
Yeah, it looks like
we'll get
another
to
video,
the
doesn't it?
speculation in just a bit.
Oh no. Is that the same video? Is that the same mountain range there? Looks like some buildings on the very top, is it? Does it look the same? Looks the same, doesn't it? So that's one we thought could be a helicopter or float plane, but it's actually looks like it is a fireball breaking up. So what happens once it gets past there? Where does it disappear to? It gets cut off. It goes below the rock, which we just missed it here, I think. Let's go back. Should be there. Still don't see it. So it looks like it was coming crashing down then. Still don't see it. Still don't see it. So I guess that's early in the morning. It doesn't have a time, does it? I like the way I do my Sky Watch better. At least you got all the apps up, you got the time on the screen, it's all there. You could have a dedicated PC running that all the time, you see. And we know it's going to hard drive on the camera, so if you had it running all night and it was streaming on the internet, right? Really want all four screens up, which we're going to look at next on my Skywatch one. So we got the plane tracking on one window, compass on another, and the camera views, 2 camera views. That would be really good. If anyone sees anything, they know what timestamp it is, and they can see there was no planes there. So you could run it live 24/7, right? And people could just be watching it. Maybe one day. But yeah, still more to do on my side of things to make it better and better. Maybe people will start copying me, and you never know, we might get some really good results out of it, which is the idea. How many people we got with us at the moment? This one, Jasper. So where did this fireball disappear to? Here it is, here, coming on now. It's very hard to see it. 2 pixels. Can't quite see it now. So where's it disappear to? It should be there on the screen still. Oh shit. I clicked over here because I had it zoomed in. Whereabouts was I? So where's the white dot? There it is in the middle. It's very faint though. I need to zoom and play at the same time. I want to see if it's exactly the same. I think it is though. There it is, still there, still there. Faded, I can't quite see it, should be middle. Should be near in the rocks now. But I'd be damned if I can see it. So much for a bright fireball. Where is it? He's seen it, but I can't see it. So I wonder if we can adjust it. Where's the one with the brightness? Is that the one? Nope, wrong one. Don't know what that's doing. And circles. It's that one there. Yeah. Can you see it now? Oh, come on. What's even going against us here? Should be easier to spot now. Yeah, right, cool. Yeah, I didn't see it. So I'm not sure what kind of filters you need to see the damn thing. Oh, there it is. Can't point to it though. See it there? Little white dot. Now where's it disappeared to? You see how it vanished? What a fireball vanished like that. See, that's the problem I had with it. Because it would be if it was turning, like a turning helicopter. That changed the angle to the sun, so it was less reflective. But it looks like the same videos that the guys enhanced here, but it looks like they've used some other filters here. And you can see by the colour. So I don't know. Let's try and play around with it. Saturation. They turned that up today. Let's have a look. No, it looks like they turned it right down. Can't see it. So this guy should have done a bit of editing. He should have played the original, and then he should have zoomed and tracked it as good as he could, so we can see better detail. What else can we try? No saturation. Go away. Can you see any white dots? There's a little white there, isn't there? Let's see. Probably could do it if I take a snapshot and put it in the editor. But we shouldn't have to do that. Man. Maybe I have to make it bright there, dim it down there. No, it's going to be too much saturation. I got this really dark. Why can't I get that? Looks washed out. How about that negative? Can we see it now? It's got to be there. Unbelievable. What else? Running out of options here. Nope. He sees it, we don't. Yeah. I don't know if you can even see it on that level. Yeah. It looks like the same area anyway. I just want to see.
Alright, you see this? That's the strange sight that.
I don't want that. Okay, I want to reset it. Let's take a screen snapshot. Let's prove it. Can we see it on normal? Maybe I need a 50-inch screen. Can't see it on the laptop. He's looking straight at it, so whereabouts is it? Let's take a snapshot there then. Let's see if we can see it in the other editor. That's quite frustrating. Normally what I would do is I would get the original image and rip it to pings, each frame to a ping. And then you just find the sequence where you see it. And then you can do all sorts with the image itself, you see. You can zoom in, you can change all sorts of filters on it. I showed that in the early streams I used to do. Stream 1 to 5, if you've not watched them, they're really old now. But I show you how I used to do it manually with the command line. Okay, we haven't got the folder open. Yes, definitely when you're dealing with UFOs, I think when you're dealing with docked UFOs, you definitely need like a 50-inch screen, if not bigger. Now they've got these ones that roll up in a roll, plastic roll. This is the new TVs that are going to come out. Going to be flexible and can be 360 degrees around you. So that would be quite amazing. How would you film that properly though, without using fisheye? Then you'd have to use special algorithms to unbend the image. We never know what the future's going to hold. You have a special Cylinder room with 360 view for your movies. Imagine that. Yeah, download folder. Got sidetracked on the comments here. Like I said, I only go with what information I've got at the time and what I think it looks like. It doesn't mean it's correct. And if any more information comes in that verifies it, I will say so as well, and or changes the direction like it has today. Was given a 40-inch. It was so big, and you could place it diagonally in my room. Yeah, some of us got small rooms. Okay, and we got the image to play around with now. Let's see if we can see what he's looking at, because we couldn't see it on there. Even mucking around with the colours and contrast, it seemed to fade very quickly, didn't it? And yet on third phases, it seems to go behind the mountains. Well, there it looks like it sort of evaporated. Open. Gone way past it. Let's see if this can show us. Okay. He's definitely seeing something, isn't he? It's all wobbly. Does it make it much bigger? This shows when you capture all those pixels on the screen, because it's like 1080p this way, it's like 3000p the other way. When you cut it like that, it's equivalent to a 1080p almost. See, it's 100 pixels down that way off, but yeah, you say when you cut it from the screen, it's not the same as the original video, but it can be. Yeah, but it's sort of zoomed in a bit. If you zoom in and you copy it then. So color curves, let's see. Brightness is not doing anything for us, is it? It's really hard to see it. Should be here somewhere. And it looks like he's looking that way, doesn't it? Where is he looking? And that just shows how better the eyes are than the damn cameras. Now let's try colour swap then. Anything popping out? There. Was it? No. That's part of the mountain. Still can't see it. That's quite interesting. We might be able to see rolling shutter here too. Now see here you got the lines going down. And it says it's scanning the CMOS as it's going across left to right. Yeah, and you can see the light changes there. So yeah, I just can't see it. Now there must be some setting where it pops out. never had this problem before. Normally it just easy comes. Yeah, so I don't know what he saw, but I'm not seeing the damn thing. We saw it up to about there. Then it seemed to turn slightly and then it faded. That's a problem with slow CPU, you see. You can see cloud cover. It's very frustrating. It's right up there. So maybe his copy is not the best one then. Is this where Third Phase got their copy from? Maybe they got a better copy where it's got more brightness. Has to be, right? Has to be another copy out there. I suppose all the 50-inch screeners out there will be saying, there it is, 2 pixels. Yeah, right. That's probably in that cloud cover here. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I could say it's not the same video in that case. And this one has lost through bitrate change, probably. Okay, so let's close that down. That's why MUFON always wants the original videos. So you can see they've really pumped up their filter in here. So that building, that thing there, it's got to be over here, isn't it? So what we do is we'll snap their one here and maybe overlay it. That'd be a good way to verify it's the same video. Well, plus it'll take some loss of information, obviously. That's where it's going to disappear. So, I don't think they list it, do they? They haven't been listing the sources. No, just advertising Blue Room crap and all that. Let's try that then. Let's try overlay. So there's so-called original uploader. Where's OpenSea gone? Let's grab that corner. Paste new image. Resize it. Still, the zoomed in even more. And we can't see it still. Alright, so let's drag the other one on. You can see how easy it would be to CGI this as well. Is that on? That layer. Ah. Notice it's not the same. Is it? I thought that rock there was this one here. Okay. So it's got to be a different video then. But it looks like in the same viewpoint, which is quite interesting. In that case, it's not the same, is it? Even if we make it smaller. No, see? It's not the same. Interesting. Well, yeah, it looked like the same video. And let's just play the other one again.
Whatever this object is, we're glad we're having multiple eyewitnesses. Keep watching, guys. We got some incredible stuff on this encounter. We'll get to the speculation in just a bit.
Do you see the guy's head pop out? No. It's got to be a second video in the same location.
We have
obviously a better
in this
one.
close-up image.
Okay, this one's definitely a different video.
Two accompanying orbs of this object, celestial in nature, maybe something built, some intelligence. Look at this.
So it kind of looks like it was turning there, but it was actually camera artifact where it got stretched, alright? You can see it doesn't look too low, too high up. 1,000 feet on that one. But yeah, it could be on the edge of the planet Earth, couldn't it? It's just lighting up.
So, did you
Out of focus
guys
here.
see that? We have in this close-up image two accompanying orbs of this object, celestial in nature, maybe something built, some intelligence. Look at this accompanying orbs besides this burning up object. It seems to me that there is
See, this is burning up. It kind of suggests to me that they knew the guy said it was a comet, and they've just changed the narrative, right? That's what frauds do. And they did give us the source video too, where we probably could have read that. It's the first three peaks on the left of the picture. What are you saying, Wesley? You're saying it's down there. Oh yeah, you're right too. So that's where he's looking, isn't it? It must have gone behind there. Aha, and there we got it. So it's down here. Okay. So it is the same video. So that tells me that the third phase must have got this video from that guy, which Scott Brando obviously did a reverse image search and found the original video, right? And that says definitely it's like a meteorite. So they're deceptive, right? And they get away with it. So let's scale it down. Good spots in there, snipes. Yeah, look at that. And that's where he's looking too. Well, that's a lot easier way to do it, isn't it? You see, that's why we have people in the side chat. More eyes the better, right? Bingo. And that's where it disappeared to. So, but why can't we see it on his? Because it looks like you can still see it, but we can't. So, let's hide that layer there. We'll go to this one here. Let's try adjustments again. Now we know where to be looking. Because it was over here when it faded, right? It faded over here as it looked like it was turning. And we lost it after that. Contrast. Ah, right, forgot about that. Selection box. Deselect. We may have snapped it just as it was going behind, I guess. We still can't see anything there. It's a bit of a shame. No, not even 1 pixel. It must have gone just behind. Just colour swap here. Let's make sure it's in the right setting. Okay. That should be dark. No. Still can't see it unless it's there. Seems to be something maybe in the front here. Same colour, pixel colours, that's the problem. And we can't even do colour swap on it to make it pop out. No. Let's see if we can catch it on his now then. Get another image maybe. Oh, what happened there? It's right at the end here. Got to zoom as much as we can to that peak. Switch mode on the thing. Play it. I may have missed it again. Didn't expect it to go that quick. Didn't see it, did you? It's obviously gone by then. Alright, switch mode again. Switch mode. I've got to zoom in. Switch mode. So we're stepping it. Can you see it at all? It's really hard to see. Extremely hard to see. Stepping frame by frame. Maybe it's too much. I can't see it on my laptop screen anyway. Yeah, it should be here because he's just coming out now. So where is it, guys? Can't see it on the little video without filters, I don't think. Not much of a fireball, is it? Because we can't see it. It's got to be there, but we can't see it. You're looking straight at it. Nah. So I'm still wondering if it's the same video or not. If there's a better one with better contrast or whatever. Bitrate, because bitrate would improve it. Maybe they got the source video from MUFON or something, did they? But anyway, we tried our best with it. That's why we always want the original video, so we know it's the best you're going to get. Just simply lowering the bitrate is enough to make that disappear when it's a few pixels. So I don't know if there's another video out there, but if this is the only one and third phase clearly got the same video, that means they were deceptive because they knew, because it says so what it was that he was seeing. Meteorite with tell. But anyway, I think Scott's probably right. It is a fireball and not a reflection of some sort of craft. But it did look quite like it was reflecting.
Kind of reference is it skipping across our
See, where is it on that one? So you'd have to zoom right in. Oh, there it is at the top there. At least we can see that one. So how high would that be, you reckon? It's kind of deceptive, isn't it? So it could easily be a small helicopter, 1,000 feet, coming down.
atmosphere up in the horizon there, up in the stratosphere, or is this closer? This looks a little closer in the way.
Okay, that one's got a fire tail on it now. You can see how close it looks to the ground now.
It's moving and captured in daylight. It's a pretty rare phenomenon.
It's a constant tail too, isn't it? It's not sort of breaking up like you normally see with other videos. It's really constant.
Is this more experimental craft that we're looking at, or just a celestial event? But then when we look at that other photo,
so yeah, okay. I suppose I would have been a lot happier if Scott had found a not another person video stating what he saw, but would have been happier if he had actually a commercial page to it. From Global Astronomer Group or something like that, you know, or news channel. I suppose it might be out there. We haven't bothered searching. So let's see what we can find. So it just shows the limitation of this video is sometimes it's just not good enough to see it right to the end. That's what we do here. We learn all the time. We learn what we sort of can do to our limits. And video analysis. Let's see. Norway. Fireball. I suppose we might have to turn it into Norway language. What the Norwegian is it? Giant green fireball lights up sky in Norway. When was that? That was last couple of years ago. So obviously they're used to seeing them. Guardian 2021 also then. 2021 then. Unless it's the same video that's been recycled. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe that's why we're getting a bad video. Is this the same one? Doesn't look like it. Can we play the Guardian without copyright? That one's from a car dash. Yeah, so not the same video. So what we'd have to do is say in the last when was it? 10th of February, wasn't it? That's right. 9 days ago. So week, month. There we go. Aha! Look what comes up. Very first video. Where to buy a fireball. We want to buy a fireball for public display. That might be the next thing. Chinese throwing down meteorites to create a display in the sky. Fireball whiskey. So there's only one video then. What's this one? Fireball caught in camera. See, Third Face must have known that it was a fireball. Here we go. It's the same video, is it? Or is it? Let's see, we have to play it. And then, yep, looks like the same video, doesn't it? I think Third Face must have known it was a fireball. Same video. They're lying shitheads, aren't they? See, they just caused us all this extra work. Fireball. So they saw that as Boba Fett's thing, and I thought, oh, we'll do a story on that and make it into Boba Fett. The scumbags. So you can see why I get really angry. Because we waste a lot of time instead of looking at something that's really good. You know, we're wasting time on verifying these videos because people are saying, no, it can't be a fireball. You know, got Goof on last night saying the same thing. That Scott hasn't proven beyond doubt that it's a fireball. Well, we just did a search here. That video's popping up. It's the same one, obviously, because we did a screen match here of the same video. But, yeah. Why is it not showing up now? I tried to tick it on, it's not working. Maybe it's just so slow. Oh, there we go. Of course we didn't have it overlaid, but yeah, it has to be the same video. Same source, maybe not, but same video. February unusual meteorite. Okay, let's have a look at that one. Oh no. Is that where they got it from? Or is that from Third Phase? They got themselves put up there, have they? Or did they steal it? They stole the idea. They must have done. Is Third Phase mentioned? February 11th. Can't see a third. Oh, UFO Uni. So they got it off that guy. which is a known fake channel. Now it's all fallen together now. They didn't say they got it off this guy. I wonder why they didn't say that. Because they didn't want to give that channel credit for putting that garbage up. Yeah, and Goof defends the cousin brothers. They're all scumbags. They really are. Anything else? Report a fireball. That's it, really, isn't it? Anyway, moving on. That was only meant to be a quick update. But it's good. It's good what we did there. So, we proved it to ourselves. That's the same video. We proved how hard it was to see too. So what's this other garbage? That looks like the loon balloon, is it? The loon balloon. Are they still flying it around, are they? Project Loon. Loony. I thought it was Loon. Looney Tunes. Ukraine at the moment. A lot of practice firing over there at the moment. And Grifter Secureteam. Mentioned by Walmart on Moon this time. Remember I talked about the blue UFOs a couple of streams back? Well, why would someone like that promote such garbage, right? Alien Research Channel, which isn't. Secureteam claims it has a video footage showing a Walmart-sized structure. That's why they used it, right? Because they used Walmart on the rocky surface. But why would they put that in a paper? Because they're not going to gain anything from it unless they think they're getting kudos from UFO people. They should be bloody marches out front of their shops now saying, "How dare you pollute our ufology." And of course that's Secureteam again. Okay, what's that one? According to some hoax promoters, this artifact by SOHO, I talked about that before too, didn't I? UFO emerging from the sun. So what are we looking at? Over here. Obviously it looks like an overlaid square block, doesn't it? So what is it? A dead pixel on the sensor? He hasn't explained it. I suppose it could be video compression corruption. Because the way, this is the problem I have also with Scott. He doesn't explain it well enough for people to understand why there's a square block there. When you do video compression, it looks for the bits that are changing and keeps the original, what you call parent frame. It has a master frame, and then the next frame it looks for where there's been movement, and it only compresses those bits of information and the coordinates into the video file. And then if they keep on moving, it keeps track of where they're going and adds in anything else that might be moving. and then it creates a new parent frame again, and then starts tracking bits, and that's how they managed to reduce down the size of the video, right? Because it's massive otherwise. So here it looks to me like it lost the parent frame to where it was referencing, and it's left a square block on here. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if I can explain it any better, how video compression works for MP4 format. I suppose I could probably draw a simple diagram. But of course, the grifters out there will say otherwise. So you got a planet, and that's the main frame. Frame A, I don't really want to call it, the master frame, and then it moves, rotates some sky on it. So instead of storing the whole image, they just capture the bits that changes in the image. So maybe I should have done that different color. Okay. This is testing out my teaching skills again. Okay, what should we do for... Okay, we'll say a TR3B. Suddenly appears in the clouds. Now, the only thing it's going to compress is that bit information, and it's simply just going to add it to that one. But we need to change the colour. Have I stuffed it up? Let me just make it bigger. There we go. So you can see you can save a lot of information then. And then what happens next? Next frame. Probably not enough room. And that's suddenly gone, then it can just reference that first frame again as long as nothing else has changed, right? So instead of storing those three separate frames, it's got a master frame and it's got the image, just that small bit of information there stored. Let's see, square block. Oh, I forgot to undo it there. So we only need to encode that small bit of information. The rest of it will stay the same. So if you then lose the master frame here, so if you lose that, erase it, or some of it gets corrupted. Alright, some of it gets corrupted. What's going to happen is you're going to end up joining that with that. So we have to go back to the other one. And you'll see the square blocks and strange things happening. So you get that, but then you'd get the same, but with the square block over it. Oh, I suppose we could... Well, do it a different colour. No, why is it not? You get something like that, right? And you see these strange things happening. Oh, that UFO sucking up energy or whatever. So that's lay terms of what do you call it? How H264 works. Now you got H265, and what comes after that I'm not sure. But that's the latest one we've got. Why am I using the new keyboard? There we go. So there are various compression techniques, right? But this one keeps a track. That's why it takes so much longer to encode a file than to play it back, because all it has to do is reference that frame there, and then just overlay the changes as it goes through different frames very quickly. It's already been processed, and then every so often it creates a new parent frame, because they know sometimes if you lose bits of information in the video, then you get the parent frame back again, and then movement again. There's only a wee bit of the thing that's got corrupted on the video. What else I was going to say? Okay, so there's a thing called MP4, right? But it's just what they call a container. Why am I not using the keyboard? Over here. Okay, so there's MP4, but it's a container. So it's like just like a physical container. So you got a box. In that you put the video encode into the box, and you also have the separate audio tracks, and you stick it in the same box. And this this box actually has a meta file which tells it how to synchronize the audio with the video, right? And that's how you can then select different tracks for different voiceovers for foreign languages. So yeah, and of course, so before MP4 came out, there was another format called AVI, right? That came before, and before AVI, there was another commercial form, a pirater's format, was it? No, it was a commercial format called DIVX. DIVX. What's happened here? And of course the pirates used that DVIX and they reversed it around and called it XVID. So they switched around the DIVX format, which was done by a company, and they just switched it around to call it XVID. Transposed the letters, which you may have seen, and that format got bundled into AVI. Now XVID is a format where you lose data. So AVI is associated with losing data, where MP4 is associated with 264 and 265, where you don't lose the data and you're not changing the pixels. So on XVID, what they did, just to do comparison of the old format, that will do. I can't be bothered. Is you got the planet Earth. Yeah, that'll do. And what they'll do is they would look at it at pixel level. So just take a pixel from over here. I've turned it into a teaching. So let's say we've got a block of pixels, and they carve it up. We've got one pixel there, and one is lit and the other ones are not. Something like that, right? How would you go and clicked. How would you compress that down? So you would take the average of the colours of the pixels in that 4:1. If you wanted to reduce it down to a video that's half the size, say. So in the old format it would have to lose data. So it would convert that one into something like this, a single pixel down to that level. and it would be either coloured or not coloured. So from far away it looks like the same image, but but it's losing data. Well, MP4 container doesn't. AVI XVID did. Hopefully that makes sense. So that was one way to do compression, right? So if you take the overall compression, you'll still get this, but it will look a bit more blocky. I'm not sure how you would do blockiness, but it would be smaller. But when you zoom in, I need the Google one, I mean Microsoft one, it would look more blocky on the screen. So we'd have to go down smaller than that still, but we'd have to go right down to that level, right? So it'd look more blocky like that. But the file would be so much smaller. And because it doesn't need any extra processing to decode the next frame, because each frame is complete, right? It could play really fast on really slow computers. So that format was liked on older gear, right? Opposed to this one where it needs extra CPU to process the frames and the movements and then all that sort of business. And obviously encoding it, which took a long time. Well, this one here took less encoding, because it was easy to work out. It was because it was using averages 1 to 4, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's all self-taught that. Whether I got anything wrong there, I don't think so, but hopefully now you understand it. Okay, what we got going on over here? I better check. Compression techniques are quite interesting. Yep. You end up studying those when you do a university degree, by the way, and you have to do it by hand. That's why I understand it. So not only that, you learn encryption, and you got to do in a test. They give you encrypted text, a bit like if you've been following me on SOHO, I put up some encoders of the Zodiac killer, and they give us a segment that's encoded, and you have to work out what the original message was using all the code breaking methods that you learnt for computer algorithms, which is quite interesting. So that's the sort of thing I did when I was at university on one of my degrees, and the other one was more associated with business side of things. My main university degree was more think outside the box and understand the things down to do it handwriting level. Well, post to the other college degree I got was more based on understand Visual Basic and SQL and all that sort of stuff, where they wanted someone to be able to know what they're doing to access the database and create an interface from Visual Basic to SQL engine and all that sort of stuff. So one was more practical, the other one was more theoretical. That's why I got 2 degrees to prove I could do both. Because everybody kept saying those ones that do the practical one are way better than the ones doing the theoretical one. And I said bullshit. Because anyone that can do the theoretical one can do the business one too, because they got the concepts. Once you learn one language, you can learn another one, you see. Okay, Jasper, thanks for that. It's good to get some feedback too. Was there some... I'm fine, just about to cook. Okay, dinner time, is it? Oh no, it would be lunchtime where you are, is it? Breakfast time. It's coming up to dinner time here. I sent a video via Discord. Do you have time for it, Paul? I'll have a look. like I said, this was like a chat with Paul one, so we're just going through stuff as we go through, right? There's no set order to what I was going to do today. It's just random. What do we got here? The ISS astronauts. I like how you spelled it too. Abel Mara Kulu. What's that? I can't work out that word. Miraculously to wear cloth suits. Miraculously, is that what it is? To wear cloth suits with creases in a spatial vacuum that boils water instantly. Spatial vacuum that is -4 Fahrenheit, 400. Yeah, but the suit's multiple layers, right? In the suit, they've actually got hot water. But like the divers, when you go into elastic deep sea divers, they have either what they call dry suits, where they have lots of double layers of clothing on underneath the suit. That's called a dry suit. And a wet suit is where they have multiple layers, but one layer is specially designed to pump hot water around. And that's why they have these backpacks, the astronauts, right? So, yeah, so it probably freezes outside the cloth, but because there's heat being evaporating from the suit, it's not going to freeze. So that's why they can move around still. Although you can see they're pretty stiff. They've still got, they've got all that layers in their spacesuit with the water fluid. And that's why you see some of them get fluid in their helmet, because it starts leaking. Right, and then they've got to go inside and fix out the seal, or whatever it is, O-ring. So yeah, I'm not too sure what the question is. So you're saying it's fake, or how does it work? Hopefully that explains it, what I just said. But you can search online about the suits and how they work. So that's why they got limited outside the spaceship time, right? Once the power's gone, the batteries, and they're not going to get any more heated water, and then they would freeze, like you said. So water doesn't actually freeze when it boils first. So if the liquid from a suit leaks out, right, which some people claim, you would see it boiling for a microsecond, and then it would form a ice crystal, because the outside temperature would freeze it quite quickly. So what you see on those videos is possible that it could be from leaks. You see these little bubbles sometimes. It could be off their suits, right, at the joints. Anyway, hopefully that answers what you want. I don't know. Discord, you said there was something on Discord you wanted me to look at. Well, let's just have a look through the rest of this first, and we'll get to Discord. Where's Discord gone? Why can't I see Discord? Where's my Discord gone? That's strange. Didn't it not start up? Something strange there. My Discord didn't start up. Let me just minimize stuff over here so I can get to it. It's raining outside, but it's like 28 degrees Celsius inside. It's quite warm. Discord. Looks like it did an update and screwed up. Hey, now it's working. And it's stuffed up the size of the font again. It does this. Let me see if I can fix that too. Don't zoom in because you'll probably see what I'm doing. Oh, this is so annoying. Maybe I can read that small font as it is at the moment. Got it. Whereabouts did you post it? Oh, you're talking about the one that you sent me last night. I've already commented on that. That's actually a bug that's close to the camera. And it looks like it's far away. It's not a very good video, actually. Is that the one you're talking about, Jasper? Was it you that sent me that one? Yeah. I've actually posted it in Vetin with my comment as well. Let me just get back to where it was. I need a third screen, really. One day. There we go. Ah, it's another one. I didn't see it posted. So you're going to have to post it into Vetin maybe, and it will light up. Yeah, what's it done with the icons? It's screwed up really badly. But at least I know where it is now. Anyway. Yeah, like I said, normally post it ahead of time of a show. I know you don't know when I'm going to do a show because it's random. That's the problem. Anyway, that one there is explained. Now, hopefully, it's obviously something to do with the video processing. This one here, have we looked at that one? Section 51 again. Grifter, Section 51. Who did CGI? Nope, that's fake video exposed a while back. So now they're promoting other people's CGI instead of doing their own. So don't follow them. Another fake UFO. Supermarket size, no. We're not alone. What proof do you have? Or was it just your opinion? Well, I think he did give proof. But anyway, moving on. Third phase. I think we might just flip from them for a wee while and go to Secureteam. Come back to that another day. How are we going for time anyway? It feels like I spent ages. 1 hour 22 already. Secureteam. So we got probably another 40 minutes really to an hour maximum. Oh. And what we need is Secureteam. Why can't I see it? There it is. Yeah, so I haven't looked at his videos lately, so we'll just go through it and see if there's anything we can add to it. Corrections. High strangeness. So talk about Earth mysteries again, not UFOs. Okay, so what you just heard there is what we get in New Zealand quite often. Shakes of the windows, house cracks, wobbles, and it's just like a minor earthquake that's maybe just a kilometre fault line up the road, what they call a minor fault line. And it's just that the earth is moving all the time. So this is no strangeness. It's just that Americans are not used to earthquakes, right? And that's the typical earthquake there. And if they ain't got a monitor station every so many kilometers, they won't detect it because the energy absorbs quite quickly. Tends to be pretty shallow, and disappears, dissipates very quickly, and it gets below what they call truck driving past shakes, right? They don't bother looking beyond a certain level. So why is he covering earthquakes? Is he going to say the Earth's going to split in half?
Guys, Tyler here with Secureteam. So in today's video, we have a little bit of everything from UFOs to mystery discoveries out in space and some really cool viewer submitted material. And so we will start with that. So the little short clip you just saw and heard, and if you didn't turn your headphones up or your TV up, but what you just heard was a surveillance camera that captured yet another one of these mysterious unknown booms that rattled neighborhoods across the west bank of New Orleans. And he was not the only one. He was just a viewer who happened to capture the loud rumbling via his security camera, but it was actually picked up by news across New Orleans. And just going through some local news websites here, loud boom heard across New Orleans, but authorities don't know what it was. That's very odd, quote unquote. And this occurred on January 26th, so just a few weeks back. Here we have another report from WDSU6 News. New Orleans residents rattled by mysterious boom.
Talking about a loud boom overnight. People across New Orleans have been calling our newsroom, calling emergency personnel, even taking to social media about what appeared to be some sort of blast. Some say they even felt it around the 7th Ward and the 9th Ward areas. Well, we have called the New Orleans Fire Department for you. We've called the police department, who've dispatched crews to try and just check it out. But at this point, nobody knows where that sound was coming from. We will continue to investigate, though, to see if, we can figure out where that mysterious was.
Okay, and so yeah, they have attempted to figure out what this was, with many New Orleans residents reporting hearing this massive loud sound across the city. The New Orleans police again said that they received several calls. Belle Chasse Naval Air Station said that no planes from that base were in the air last night at that time. The last plane was grounded before 8 p.m. The FAA also told the news outlet that it has no records of any unusual aviation activity in the area at that time. Also, none of the...
it's hard typing. In the side chat there, Discord has two parts to it. It has a personal account, and it has for private chat with individuals, and it has a server side to it, which is what I call a channel. But because it's a gaming site, they have strange names. So the text rooms I call text rooms, but they call them channels to even make it even more confusing. But there's a personal account, and there's a all the channels, all the groups that you belong to underneath it. So first of all, you got to swipe right to get the left side of your Discord, then scroll down the list. So the top one where it looks like a game controller is your personal account, and if you click onto that, then it will show all the people that you're connected with. And if you go back out again and scroll down further, you'll see all the other groups that you joined, not just mine but other people's, and you click on the alien logo of mine and it will take you into my channel, or server as they call it, where you can then access Veteran Room and UFO General. Okay, back to this video here. Obviously it's just earthquake, isn't it? Not a mystery at all. Americans just don't know what, just don't know, because they're not had to live with it like Kiwis have to.
NORAD command centers detected anything in the New Orleans area that would have caused the sound. So,
and there's no way you're going to detect it unless you've got sensors in the ground, right? Sometimes we have an earthquake that only goes a few houses. Sometimes it goes a whole street, sometimes it goes a whole block, sometimes it goes a whole city, sometimes it goes over the whole country. So people can feel it way up on the second North Island, you know, the other island. So it depends how deep it is, how much energy it's got. So this is just garbage, as far as I'm concerned. And of course, these news channels should know this. They should talk to Japanese and people like New Zealanders that are specialists in earthquakes, and how many stations you need to set up to really monitor them, because obviously America hasn't got a clue.
So this is like the many instances I've posted videos on in the past where people will have their houses shook, their concrete cracked up the middle, windows breaking, and sometimes it seems to come from above, other times deep underground, like there's some sort.
It never comes above. It always feels like it's from above, but it's always from underground, because you've got a thing called infrasound and ultrasound. You always feel the compression wave before it actually hits as well. It depends how close it is. It's quite interesting, really. It's like electrical charge goes through your body, and then suddenly you got the shakes happening, and the whole house was wobbling. Yeah, so if you want to live with that, come to New Zealand to live, and you'll get used to it. We don't get out of bed unless it's a 7 anyway, so it's not our houses is not. If you don't have chimneys, then you don't have to worry about too much, because the wireframe is always left standing. That's how we design the houses over here. All the bricks fall away if it's a really big one. As the wireframe hits the bricks are not reinforced, but got mortar in between, and then the bricks just crumble away, fall away from the side of the house, and all left would be the wireframe with the roof above you. That's how it works in New Zealand houses. Then it's just a matter of just gluing all the bricks back together again and fixing cracks in the concrete, right? And it ends up being an insurance bill. But lucky enough, we don't get earthquakes that powerful anymore. Once in a blue moon, hopefully. Yes, it can get quite stressful, the big ones. It's like a surreal, fun fair ride, really.
Sort of massive underground high-speed railway system of some sort.
No, it's not.
Assembly facility did not have any activity Tuesday night that would have caused a loud boom.
I wouldn't say it was underground at all, unless you're talking about Skinwalker Ranch, then it might possibly be something happening under there, but seems a strange place, that one.
The Stennis Space Center also did not have any activity, nothing that would have caused this loud boom. At first they thought, well, maybe it could have been caused by a meteorite, but as the day went on, the news reporting on this was updated to what you're seeing here, which was that, quote, loud boom in New Orleans was not caused by a meteor, NASA says. So what was it? So your typical non-response from seismologists, from nearby air bases, or anything of that nature.
Yeah, the seismologists won't detect it if they ain't got enough monitoring stations, right? I keep saying it. So really, this is all fake news, right? Fear-mongering is what I call it.
The past few weeks, hear a sound as was seen in this video, and I'll play it again here real fast.
Just to fill it in. Yep. Sounds like someone banging on the window.
If any of you heard something like that or have any more evidence, my contact email is down in the video description.
Yeah, get it every week and come to Christchurch, Tyler. Get educated.
And just a note here, this was even also picked up by national news, such as Newsweek. So this was definitely a...
Yeah, because they all want to promote scaremongering.
camera, unfortunately, so...
But that should tell you, if you're getting quakes like that now, if you haven't got your torches and your food packs and your water stored separately from your house, it's time to do so now. That's how you should read the earthquakes, right? Be prepared, because the big one's coming.
So it's at night, it's going to be more grainy, but as you will see, there is definitely a triangular object that has 3 lights, 1 on each end.
And how come they're all different brightness, Tyler?
possibly another object hovering nearby. Now, it's a short video, but nonetheless, check
Hasn't he already covered this one a million times already?
this out.
I think he's forgetting. Or he's recycling so bad now. Definitely he's played this one before, hasn't he? I can hear a plane in the background, so are they flares?
Okay, so in the video, he passes his hand across the camera in order to change the exposure. That way he could try to pick up the object, and we will slow the footage down. We'll add some contrast and color to it.
Did I hear him tap on the window then too, in the headset? At the very end, it sounded like duh-duh-duh. So it could be a fake, you know, reflection of the window.
But as you watch this triangular craft,
and that would explain why the different brightnesses here. Three triple pane glass, right? So we've got an outside street lamp going through window. You've seen it on my Skywatch where I said that's a TR3B, right? You got street lamps that sort of reflecting into a triangle pattern. And they're actually street lights going around a corner.
There's a point where it looks as if the UFO flashes.
See, there's a flash up here, which kind of tells me these are probably flares,
a
right?
white light, and it happens twice. So you're seeing the
So that flashing was obviously the player that's dropped it.
close-up version here. And when he puts his hand past it, you can clearly see a solid structure that is connecting these three lights together. Here is the...
where's that one gone? See? That was the one that was fading first. That's disappeared. So it can't be a reflection. So it's definitely back to flares again.
Enhanced and much farther zoomed in version.
And now it's repeating it again.
So the flashes. There's one and the other. That is creepy. And then there seems to be a light above it. And then this other white...
Yeah, so it's now disappeared.
Light to the side of it. I don't know what that is, if that's a star or it's the moon, but there is definitely a triangular craft hovering up there in the night sky, and I am convinced without a doubt. I mean, just look at it. And then towards the end of
So is that a moon there, and these are flares?
the video, as in past videos, when you have a solid triangular object with three lights, as the object turns,
so what do you
the
reckon,
craft
guys?
will be at such an angle that you will only be able to see one or two lights as it moves or spins.
Are you convinced that's a alien craft that he's talking about there? Because to me, that just looks like flares. Oh, look, we're down to one now. So the other one that was down there has gone out, has it?
Angle. So
that went out. That one went out first. That one went out second. Can you see it smaller? That one went out last. And that little flashing light was the jet. Now the thing with military jets is, what can they do? They can turn off their call sign so it's not on the flight tracking software, but they also can turn off any or all of the lights. They can turn off any combination. So they may have just left on the one strobe lights and turn off the other ones in the military exercise. Why? I don't know. But why do they drop flares? To decoys. They're like decoys, right? That's why they drop it. Generally, either to illuminate stuff on the ground they're going to drop bombs on, or distract from missiles, you know, a missile heading their way. So yeah.
This was sent over by Aaron Miller, and the subject.
I'll have a
was
look in a minute,
titled simply
Jasper.
Triangles in the Sky over Grayson County, Kentucky, in the town or city of Litchfield.
So there's the plane there.
And yeah, he didn't put anything extra in the email. He just forwarded a web that shows UFOs.
Yeah, let's just skip
part
on
of
a
the
bit.
documents. Many of you may have falling out of the sky for no apparent reason. Many of them will be found
Okay.
to have what look like injuries to them, as if they had flown.
So he
into
played that one
something
too.
That was
That
simply
one's fairly
invisible
obvious,
on a Mexico
right?
street. It's been covered by all the national news media.
Because it's a security camera, we can only see when the birds are almost near ground level here. So they come from above, and there's so many of them that some crash into the ground and die. Some reckon power poles, but I think you can see some actually hit the ground.
Once again, past videos I've done on this channel where we will have entire...
So they reckon if you get like a hawk or something that's chasing them, they, like fish, they swarm together, and they just follow the leader, and they're not sure where they're flying into. Obviously they were too low down to the ground at that stage, and bingo, some of them are going to have head injuries crashing in. Now, I've had sparrows fly into windows and survive. And there's a big thump on the window. It's kind of strange. I think there might be baby ones, you know, that first learning about glass and houses. But anyway, this was debunked. It's just birds being scared by a prey. And some of them just lost their way and hit the ground. Some reckon they hit the power lines and electrocuted, which is possible as well. But yeah, it's just garbage. So what's he trying to say? That strangers...
flocks of birds falling out of the sky for no...
So they didn't fall out the sky, they're definitely flying, right? There's a difference between falling and... because you can see how they sort of flew.
From the sky on a Mexico street. It's been covered by all the national news media, and it goes to, once again, past videos I've done on this channel, where we will have entire flocks of birds falling out of the sky for no apparent reason. Many of them will be found to have...
you could have got a better video than that.
Look like injuries to them, as if they had flown into something that was simply invisible, that they could not see in the sky. Call it a cloaked UFO, call it whatever you want, but it's almost as if they flew into something. And this video is crazy, where you see thousands upon thousands of these birds just all at once dropping out of the sky. Some of them getting up to fly away, many of them not.
Actually, most of them flew away, didn't they? There's only a few on the ground here. Thousands, and there's only what? So he's changing the narrative all the time. From a couple of thousand, maybe to 100 on the ground. They got injured. Okay. And some along here as well. But there was quite a...
It's sad footage. There's nothing, you know, really graphic about it. And I mean, just the way these birds fall, it's just really eerie. No idea what's going on. Mystery triangles in the sky. Thousands of birds falling out of the
mystery triangles. Well, we're debunked them all, haven't we, Tyler?
And yeah, I'd like to hear your guys' opinion on this down below. Definitely chilling footage. And so before we go today, guys, I want to let you know, if you don't remember, about 2 months back, I held a very special merch drop on SecureteamTees.com, where I released a limited edition glow-in-the-dark Secureteam metal keychain, which at that time I only had 100 of them, I believe, and they sold out within 15 minutes. They're beautifully made keychains. They have weight to them. They are polished and have this very glass-like reflective feel. They are colored in the blue and
green. The logo sucks though. It's just Alienware again. Just remolded. So they turn a blue in colour. Fluorescent thing. So that's it. That's what people pay money for. They like these 10-minute videos. I hope they enjoyed it, because I thought that was total garbage myself. The triangle, the merchandise, merc, however you want to call it. So the other one, it's going to be pretty much the same, isn't it? Let's see, how many views did you get on that one? 53 at the moment. 7 hours. Is people starting to wake up to him, you reckon? The last one, 179. It's still much more than what I'm getting though. But still, why do people keep watching him? I keep watching him because I have to. I have to debunk his crap.
I'm Dave Courvoisier.
And I'm Trisha Keene.
Hey guys, so he likes using lots of news clips, right?
Well, people living in the area say they have no idea where the drops are coming from. 13 Action News reporter Sean Delancey spent the day.
So this is a news report where there's little black dots of, looks like oil falling from the sky, which could be from simply a jumbo jet bursting a line in the wing and spraying out in the air, and the fine droplets are coming down and landing in snow or whatever on cars. So it's another mystery one he's playing here.
To stay tuned for the end of this video, because I have something totally mind-blowing and amazing to show you guys that was just received a couple of days.
Yeah, so someone's painted a painting from out of blood or something. Pebbles, that's right. They glued on little pebbles and stuff. Probably wouldn't be allowed into our country. Yeah, they put resin over top, so maybe it makes it safe to post it. Probably wouldn't be allowed in our country because they wouldn't want to know if it's been treated properly. So little black specks falling from the sky, guys. Yeah, not really interesting. Did it ever get solved? That sounds like a Google search one, doesn't it? Black specks fall from sky. Probably happens every year. We know parts fall off planes randomly. What do we got? Falls from the sky. Gunk. So that was 2016. UFO hunter spots mystery black object floating. Sounds like a balloon. Yellow-headed birds fall from the sky. Mexico. Isn't that what we just saw here 4 days ago? And that one's saying blackbirds here. Blackbirds, yep. Yellow-headed blackbirds, okay. What's fallen from the sky? A strange black substance. Okay, that's 2016. Okay, so I told you this will be very common. Do they have oil fields over there? Looks like the same thing. Fire department say it's a strange oily ashy substance. So it could be from an explosion, went into atmosphere, and now it's coming down like rain. It could also be from airplane. Bingo. That's what I said. National Air Base. Okay, Air Force bases all over the place. Tests on substance is being carried out. So is there any follow-up? Nope, not posted there. So I hate when they don't do follow-ups and tell you what it was. And that was in 2016. Oh, where have I gone? Now it's back again. So it's probably the same thing. Could it be from meteorites? It's possible. Black substance. Bioorganism. So that's why it needs to be tested, right? But that's what crude oil is, isn't it? It's a bio product. It's made organisms chewing on carbon, pretty much, you know. So yeah. Gunk from the sky. 2016 must be the same thing. Sky just keeps falling on your head. Okay, so yeah, it's probably pollution. Black specks on the sky, debunked. Okay, let's see if we can find something like that. Okay, has that one been debunked 3 days ago? Helps you type it in, right? So it's not coming up, is it? Maybe solved. And this is all part of research, right? So it's happened before. How come Tyler didn't put... Oh, this has happened before in 2016. New Jersey. 2012 here. For birds. That's very common, isn't it? Viral video. It's funny though, I put black specks and it's bringing up the bird stuff. Black oil, maybe. Let's change the word and no explanation. 1 week ago. Oh, that's no good. Oh, whales caught strange black ring in the sky. That's because it caught fire. Okay, that's nothing to do with that. 2016 again. Oh, it's solved. Says it's worked to solve the blackbird die-off. When was that? 2011. Shame it's not in the header. Blunt force trauma, which is what I said, to hit impact the ground. Blackbirds and others. They died impact force on their bodies. Clearly showed signs of bruises. At least 3,000 red-winged blackbirds died on New Year's. Probably the fireworks sent them flying from their roosts. Of course, they can't see at night. The mass kill spawn speculation is demise was caused by chemical pollutants. A fear heightened by the arrival of BB of workers. BB? I think back then they were talking about bird flu, weren't they? That was the last scare back then with the virus. But they ain't said here why they flew into the ground. Something scared them, obviously, right? And they just blindly took off. Okay. So the liquid I can't seem to find right now, but it might be and that you got to keep on reading, right? That's why research takes time. So what else we got? Anything new on here?
And taken, so I created the account under Secureteam Tyler. So that is the official Secureteam Instagram, and I met among a vast growing...
Yeah, so you should be there spamming, here's the truth, go and watch the Out There channel on this grifter. How he fakes stuff and how it deceives.
Number of amazing people.
I suppose you'd have to click on each of these videos and post a comment and get banned though.
Well, we just surpassed 20,000 followers on this Instagram page.
See, if you're honest, right, and someone said that you're hoaxing it and here's proof, then you'd take that video and say, well, this is not proof because this is my side of it. You know, you'd counteract it, not totally ignore it and block the person, right? Which is what he did.
Basically by word of mouth, but I met a wonderful woman.
You know what he did? He actually got someone to troll me from Australia, a female. She was trolling me and spying on me and collecting information and sending it back to him. It's ridiculous, I tell you. Be a man. Come on, live show now. You know, just go on the side chat and challenge me. Come on, Tyler, you can do it. That'd be a really good episode, wouldn't it, guys?
woman from England who is an artist. In her spare time, she paints, she makes art, and so as a fan
right.
of Across
I
the
better skip
Ocean,
that
it
one.
arrived to the painting, giving it this wonderful three-dimensional feel, and also this beautiful, almost glass-like shiny finish to it when the light
I suppose you could sell that off $5,000. Anyone wants it?
hits it. And she sent with it a couple of bracelets that she had made for me and my wife Kelly, along with a wonderful letter.
Yeah, how do you trust stuff like that though? How do you know they haven't coated it with some sort of rare toxin? So you hang up on inside your house, in the bedroom or whatever, and it's gradually releasing toxins into the air. And the bracelets, you know, how can you trust anything you get in the post? Same with sweets and cakes and stuff. You know what I mean? You'd have to throw it away because this guy obviously believes that everybody loves him. But all you can do is send him something and catch him out, right?
Describing the painting, giving the name of the painting, which she called Discovery, and in this little booklet she sent that was handmade herself, there's this whole...
So you'd have to really trust the person that's sending you the food items. Someone that you knew for years, you know. Yeah, I've received it from people overseas, but people that known for a long time, and I trust them. And yeah, enough of that. Let's have a look at. I suppose there's going to be more third phase there, though. That we skimmed. We skimmed quite a lot there. But we'll have a look at Discord now. Let's see, no problem. Just moved it to general. You just too of an honest guy. Yep, I am. I'm a giver, not a taker, as you know. Is that coming up? My screen has changed again. Damn thing. I have to overlay stuff to get it to work. Here we go. Finally, I can smell dinner cooking, so it must be getting late. Okay, we'll just do your thing then. We ain't got any time for other ones. Just shrink that down a bit. Bracelets. Yeah, it might be safe, but you know, if you wanted to kill someone, you could brush it with some, I don't know, radioactive stuff that gradually kills you the more you wear it. There's all sorts of things. You heard about that guy who invented the water engine, and he claimed that he went to a diner, took a mouthful and started choking. He said, "They poisoned me," and he died. So yeah, did they do a full blood test and stomach contents just to see if he was poisoned? And who took over the body? You know, could someone interfered with it meantime? You know, the diner obviously said, "Step back, sir, until the ambulance comes." Okay, Discord. Okay, I can see you posted something here. Let me just grab it. Discord. Copy link. Is it from the same guy, or is it something different? What have you done? UFO General. I'm not sure what you've done. Right, you've tried to post a personal link into a public area. You can't do that. You need to post the actual video link into general, not the actual message link. So when you right click on the link, it should say copy link, and then you paste it to where you want to. So you need to delete that message because it's not going to work. No, I haven't got any new video here. I've only got this one here from the storm, which I said was an insect passing by. Camera really close and it looks like it's far away. That's the only one I've got, Jasper. You got nothing here, which means I have to wrap up. So I'm not too sure what that message is doing. Right, you're posting it to the storm one. Okay, I'll play the storm one then. Yeah, this one here, I've already debunked it. Yeah, so this thing coming down here, it's just you can see it is a what we call a active infrared camera. So it's got LEDs around the outside that transmits infrared, and anything that's close or very hot is going to show up white. So if you get an insect that flies past, it shows up as a streak, as you've seen on my better camera, my night vision camera, and you can actually see the wings flapping on my one, because it's a better quality camera. But yeah, you do get streaks like that too. So I think that's just a bug flying past. And it looks like he's also taken it off another screen that's playing. I'm not sure what he's playing. See how it sort of moves along there? It's time lapse, overexposed is what you call it. See, and there it is, it comes back again. See that? Went long there, and then it flew back here. Did you see that? This is where you got to be observant, right? He's tried to slow it down too, but also it. Yeah, not too sure what he's pointing at there. There you go, like it come down and then it come back at the camera, see that? In fact, it might even be on the camera. It flew along, landed on the camera, and then ran down here. See that? Yeah, this bug's really close to the camera. Have a watch of my Skywatch series, you know. You see a lot of that happening, but obviously my camera's a wee bit better at showing it as insects.
Help us understand.
Oh, what's happened there? Auto plays back on. Okay, let me just close that down there. Alright. Though, it's the same one. Have you dinner, man? Have your dinner. I told you Discord is even more of a mess on a phone than it already is. It shouldn't be that hard. If you're on a tablet, it makes it really, really easy, right? I'll see if I can open it up here. I've explained it over the years, but we do add more rooms down the side, chat rooms and voice rooms. Hopefully this one doesn't change the font size. Oh yeah, so that's how it should have come in. Here is where you select your personal account at the top, and these are all the rooms, groups that you join. It comes down this way. So they call them servers, I call them channels. And they call these rooms channels, just to confuse things. To me, they're like voice and text rooms. That's what they should be called. And the servers are not actually servers; they're actually groups. Maybe they should be called groups, group channels, or something like that. But it's the stupid name. And these are the people that got access to it, or currently in it. So if you click into different rooms, at the moment we're in lobby, everybody should have access to that one. They're all the ones that are offline down this side, and if I scroll down with the mouse I can see all the rooms that we can post into. Now, there's a lot of topics there. You know, if you're a full member, you get access to all the research rooms, public rooms, and we've also got one called Mothership up here where people jump in there and can start talking on voice, or sharing video, or sharing the screens, because that's all been added since Discord. When we first set up Discord, all those functions have only been added in the last year, which is really good. I used to use Discord for the corner, for Robert and people joining, but we found it changing too much and very hard to shrink it down to a corner video. So that's why we found Jitsi, where it was a web page version, which was more secure than this, because this has a server middleman, while Jitsi is peer-to-peer, so there's no middleman to capture what you're saying in the middle. Alright, so you truly are private chat on Jitsi. Well, here any government could infiltrate and record what you're saying to each other, which I don't like, but it's quite good for what we're doing here for a UFO research group. So when you join, you'll come up here and it will say waiting to be approved. So we've got different headers. As you can see, we've got lurkers, lurker level. These are the people that we're still yet to trust fully, and then you got full members, and currently there's no one on, or they're hiding. They've gone to invisible mode. Over here you can click on your name, go invisible, right? And you could be online but not show up down the right hand side. And here's all where the comments are in the rooms and photographs, right? That's from my live stream yesterday. Look how good quality that was. And that was a streak across the screen too, right? And so I downloaded the video and just picked off each of the frames. And you can see how fast the bird travelled on my one. And you can see clearly it's a sparrow, and it's only a little few pixels here, right? But that's the quality we're getting from my new camera. And go and have a watch of it. You can see all the mods I'm doing, hardware mods to make it better. So yeah, obviously a UK news channel. Yeah, it's obviously on a long exposure, right? I have to go back to it. So it's obviously a security camera the news channel's got hold of. It's long exposure. It's one of the old early infrared ones that you use for your normal home security. And everything gets overexposed, right? Even bugs that are really close to the lens, because you got LEDs that are shooting off heat energy, right? That's bouncing off the objects like a radar, and it goes back to the sensor, and the sensor detects it, right? And that's why it's called active. It's sending out a burst of radiation, and anything that bounces back off shows up on the sensor. That's why it's called active. And then you got passive infrared, which is more like my camera, but it's using a combination actually. My one's using passive as well as active. So you can see the starlight and all that sort of stuff on mine because it's got the new Sony sensor. But anything up close, it's also got active. So it can send off extra radiation that bounces off people. That makes it show up as black and white version. Or you got the color mix version where it mixes both. It's only going to get better, you know. It's like this one here. This is military grade night vision, full color, and Chinese haven't even duplicated that yet. That sort of level, right? That's what we need to get to for UFO hunting. Now, you've seen the shit pictures that we get from the Navy on the UFO stuff, right? Nothing like this. we could identify. You can see the laser from rifles here, but that's that pitch blackness. You know, it's in the pitch black. You can see definitely the colour sky here. It's got some colour in it, and the rocks have got brown colour in it. And they put up some targets from far away, and that's what it shows up on this camera. You can actually read the characters on that one. And that's the old night vision cameras, the green screen. That to what the military are now able to get. And we can't get that through China, because China hasn't got that sort of technology unless they copy it. Obviously it's using Sony technology, but somehow they've written better software and different filters to combine it all. A lot better. Although it's not too bad, the Chinese ones, if you watch my live show. Okay, so let's quickly look. What's this one? Quick question before you go, Paul. When is Rob back on? He was meant to be on last weekend, and he said he'll push it to this weekend. So it still might be this weekend, but I haven't heard from him. I said to him, are you leaving the channel again? And he said no. So here you can actually see the stars in the sky. Look, stars, and you can see the clouds. It's amazing. That's a nighttime image, and if you watch the video, you see it's a silver car driving past. That's what we want for UFO watching. One day we might get it. I'm not sure if you can buy it commercially. It's called an X27. Color tech, they call it. Night vision. So obviously it's using multiple sensors, I reckon, combining the best of all the sensors. Anyway, yeah, so I'll probably have to send out a note to Robert. Where's he disappeared to? Robert, where's it disappeared to? Judy, oh there. I'm not sure how much I can show of his private chat, but the last comment said he'd have to push it. He's doing some research on something and he wants to bring up what he's found or something. Anyway, I will ask him after the show now. Sorry, I can't give you much more information than that. Triple streak bug. You mean the laser pointers? Predator. Predator had 3 laser beams and these focused in. Yeah. So I'll keep that one for reference when I start doing my night watch ones. But anyway, a day off from doing that. Still waiting for the extra bits to come. I still need to work out a better way to fasten the smartphone. Yeah, there's all sorts of things. Almost need like a slide-in pouch for the phone, but you can still use it through the pouch, and you can sort of flip it up on hinges and then flip it over and lay it flat so the compass is pointing in the right direction of field. But yeah, that's on my night sky watch, so I really should be talking about it on there, not on here. But anyway, time to wrap up, guys. I'm afraid I've got dinner coming up. So yeah, I didn't expect to run out of time again, but we obviously have, you know, and we still haven't covered a lot of the stuff that's been pushing out there. But that's the way it goes. People don't like my long stuff, but we do cover a lot of things, as you saw today. From video compression, how it works, to crazy videos with three lights in the sky, claiming to be a craft, which is nonsense. That comment one chewed up a bit of time trying to suss that one out, but yeah, I think it's definitely a comet now, not a helicopter. Not a reflection of a helicopter anyway. But it doesn't say that all the videos they saw were the same thing though, that's the only thing. So one of them could have been a helicopter, the other ones could have been the meteorite, you see. So yeah, you've got to always keep an open mind. Maybe it's two things that happened, two events that happened. Yeah, good night all, and we managed to get 5 people watching at the same time. Amazing.